out of Marvin Sapp. It is not even funny.
What are you doing? You mentioned this nigga. Who is this guy? Because you mentioned him before.
That song never would have made it, and he did that song. So he's a pastor slash singer, and at the end of his service, he told the ushers to lock the doors because he needed $40,000 from everybody in the congregation and stuff like that, like tithes and offering. And
Crazy.
everybody's like making jokes and memes about his ass and shit like that. I'm sitting up here like, never would have paid it. Never would have paid it. Yeah, man, he just 2025, man. This whole year has just been ass. We're not even in April yet, and this all the shit that's been happening.
Crazy.
Mm. Shout out to homegirl Lashia.
Yeah, she starting an adult rated show. I see.
Yeah,
She need to get us on there. So stop playing.
interesting. I like how creative everybody's like staying and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right? I told her I like the title, man. I need to get on that show. Fuck the Patron shit. Fuck the Patreon shit.
Maybe one day she'll invite us. Maybe one day. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Shit. And it's funny too because like I was just talking about her and I saw her say that she's doing this shit. So I'm just like, let's see what she up to with this.
Yeah.
We are about to be in April, everybody. April Fools. Niggas are already starting up with the pranks and everything.
Right?
Niggas, well, y'all not even waiting until midnight. Shit. I'm about to start in about a few minutes. You guys got a lot of pollen up there?
Not yet.
Oh,
The flowers didn't start growing yet. Like by April, May.
oh man, we already starting out here and shit. It's already getting on my nerves.
That's when you gonna start hearing me sneeze.
Because I love spring, but I hate the pollen.
Yeah.
Especially, with me having a white car. That's
Uh-huh.
just even that's just even much worse. Because technically I was gonna get my car washed today, but then they
Right.
said it was gonna rain. They said it was gonna rain and shit. So I'm just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna have that shit clean out my car. But the thing about it is like my dad, he parks his shit in the garage. I have to park my shit outside. So he's safe from the pollen because he has his allergies and shit like that too. But still,
Uh-huh.
it's like, damn, nigga, like have me out in the wild and shit.
Yeah.
Man. And then it's bad enough because I'm trying to drive, and it's like I be trying to blast some music, rolling down my windows. That pollen all comes right straight in my car. That should be pissing me off.
Uh-huh. You got your car windows open?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, that's why it's gonna come in here.
I know, but it wasn't doing that shit like last year. It's all good though. It's all good. I'm ready to start whenever you are.
Let's go.
What's up, you two? How's everyone doing this lovely, lovely, lovely day? This your boy Reg in the building. I got my homeboy Try in the building with me. How you doing, Try?
Hello, man.
Alrighty, alrighty. So today we are going to do an album anniversary on one of my favorite hip hop albums of all time, and probably my favorite album from this group is Gangstar with Moment of Truth. You know what I'm saying? This is actually their fifth studio album and everything like that. So you know what I'm saying? This album came out March 31st, 1998, under New Tribe Records, which is under Version Records. So this album came out 4 years. What's up, I'm a man? This album came out 4 years after Hard to Earn, and around that time, after the release of that album, they kind of took like a temporary hiatus and everything like that too, while they were working on different shit. Um, Primo, he became like hip hop's best producer at that time because he was producing for everybody from Nas, Das Effects, and shit like that. OC, Fat Joe, you know what I'm saying? So he was pretty much building up his resume. As for Guru, he was doing his solo shit at the same time. He had already dropped the first Jasmine Taz album, which to me, his best album and the best album from that series.
Mm.
He dropped Jasmine Taz 2, which was okay. It wasn't as jazzy as the first album, but it was still decent. But also, he actually was gotten into some issues because um Guru was drinking a lot heavy and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Which is kind of like one of the main reasons why they took a little break after Hard to Earn. And also, he got in trouble with the law because from what had happened was he almost took a gun. He almost got booked on a gun charge and stuff like that, where he took a gun to JFK, which we'll talk about that in a minute. You know what I'm saying? So that pretty much happened and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So by the time 1998 happened, hip hop was really going through its like it was a more commercial period and everything like that too. It was getting more glossier, polished. So Gangstar pretty much, just got with the times and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much, they reconciled and they got back together with this album. Um, some of my favorite songs on this album include Royalty, featuring Casey and JoJo, who were very big at that time. Give me 1 second. Casey and JoJo. Um, Robin Hood Theory. I love that record. My steez was dope. What I'm Here For. Title track. JFK to LAX, where he was talking about the story with his arrest. Betrayal with Scarface was hot as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this has always been like my favorite Gangstar album. You know what I'm saying? This either this one or Daily Operation. That's my favorite. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they definitely went in on this album. You know what I'm saying? This is the perfect album to explain how one can go radio friendly, but still have like the same style. And it's
Right.
crazy because this is actually their most successful album to date and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? So that should tell y'all something. So what do you think about this album?
Classic. Love the production. Guru, rest in peace, a legend. You know, uh, a great album. I don't debate people that feel like it's their best album or a great album. Many great songs. Betrayal with Scarface and Above the Clouds with Spectre Deck. My steez. The royalty joint with Casey and JoJo work. Every track on it was banging. I loved it. I know Primo told the story of how I think Google was about to go to jail or he had a case or something
Yeah,
during that time and they didn't know what was gonna happen. So that's why they had the album cover like that and then recording and all that.
right.
Great album. It was great.
Yeah, very good album too. Also, hip hop wise, this is also the anniversary of Chris Cross's first album too, Totally Crossed Out and everything like that. I don't have the album. I only have like one Chris Cross album as of now. You know what I'm
Classic.
saying? But if I do get that album, I may or may not do a review. If I did a review on the bomb and I forgot I did a review on the last album too. So
Hmm.
damn. Okay. So
Young Rich and Dangerous. We did that.
yeah. So might as well just do totally cross that at one point. You got that album now?
I had all three. I have the bomb.
Thanks.
I
Thanks.
had the first one and the last one I had, but it got damaged. But that was a great album too. Love the production by Jermaine and so many bands on there. It's a shame. Warm it up. I missed the bus, jump of course, which they still play at different sporting events and stuff. It was great.
Definitely. Okay. Cool. Cool. All right. Now we're gonna go into the Billboard charts of. We're gonna go to the year 1980, week of March 29th, and everything like that too. Excuse me. Hot soul singles and everything. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna go to the top 20. Number 20, we got Donna Summer with On the Radio. Love that record and stuff like that too. I want to say that was on the Bad Girls album. I want to say I could be wrong. Number 19, we got is Yellow Magic Orchestra with Computer Games. Never heard that one. Number 18, we got YA with I Should Have Loved. Never heard that one. Number 17, we got Natalie Cole and People Bryson with their cover of What You Won't Do for Love. Love that cover. That might be one of the most underrated covers of that song. Of course, the original by
Right.
um, Bobby Caldwell.
Classic.
Yes. Number 16, we got Prince with Why You Wanna Treat Me So Bad. You know I love you. Hot
Yeah.
take. I like that song a little bit more than I Want to Be Your Lover from that album, to be honest with
Yeah.
you. Yeah. Because that song, that guitar riff he did was fire.
Yes.
And so, number 15, we got the Isley Brothers with Don't Say Goodnight. Ooh, that's from their 1980 joint. Go All, I think it's called Go All the Way. Yes, fire album. Number 14, we got Leon Haywood with Don't Push It, Don't Force It. Never heard that track, but I am a fan of Leon Haywood. Number 13, we got The Dramatics with Welcome Back Home. Never heard that one. Number 12, we got Ronnie Laws with Every Generation. Never heard that one. Number 11, we got Roberta Flack and Donny Hathaway with You Are My Heaven. Dope track. Number 10, we got Michael Jackson with Off the Wall. Number 9, we got Shalimar with Second Time Around. Second time around. Ooh, second time. My, that was the first album
Yeah.
Howard Hewitt came forward too and shit. The
Oh, yeah.
what's the album? The Go For It album. Yeah. Number 8, we got Parliament with Theme from the Black Hole. Number 7, we got the Gap Band with I Don't Believe You Want to Get Up and Dance. Number 6, we got the Spinners with I'll Be Working My Way Back to You, babe. I
Mm.
love that record too. Number 5, we got Von Mason and Crew. Bounce, rock, skate, roll. Bounce, rock, skate, roll. That song use that sample of Good Time shit. So yeah.
Yes.
Number 4, we got Cool in the Game with Too Hot. Y'all
It's
know
too hot,
never liked that
too
song.
hot, baby. Gotta
Uh,
run for shelter. Gotta run for safe.
never
Classic.
liked
You don't like that song? What?
never liked that
Wow.
song.
Wow.
And now I think that was the Ladies Night album. That song
Yeah.
came from.
Yes.
I, I like the album. I just never
Hmm.
liked that record.
Wow.
You know, cool. You know the Cool in the Gang version I like and shit. The
Uh,
jazzier Cool in the Gang.
do
Just
do you like anybody that sample that song?
mm,
A lot of people sample
I
that.
gotta see. I know. I gotta see who actually sings. Like it gotta like come to my
Yeah.
head and shit like that.
Hmm.
But we had number 3, Stomp by the Brothers Johnson. We gotta stop
Yes.
on that. Yes. Number 2, we got Ray Goodman and Brown, also known as The Moments with Special Lady. You got yourself a special lady. They had some heat in 19. Okay. And number 1, enjoying his second week at number 1, we got The Whispers and The Beat Goes On. And the beat goes on. That's my my damn. 7980, man. It has joints on deck, boy. I tell you. All
Hmm.
right. So now we're gonna go jump right into the album we're gonna talk about today. We're gonna talk about Ransom and Dave East with their recent album called The Final Call. This album came out about a couple weeks ago, like late February. Give me 1 second. Hmm. And the beat goes on. Give me 1 second. Yeah, February 21st, 2025. It came out. We just recently talked about Dave East, the Karma album, not too long ago and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So this is this new album that he came out with and shit like that. Producers include ACSVG, Bernard Woodside, David Strauss, Flashy Sunrise, Madden TYO, Prophecy, and Second Self and Vidon. Um, Only guest appearances on his albums are Jay Electronica, Method Man, 22 G's, Abby Jasmine, and Jaden Alexander. Alright, so yeah, man. This was their collab and they came out with and stuff. You know, I'm gonna be real with you. I never actually heard a lot of Davies albums and stuff like that, so
Mhm.
I'm just gonna run by like his discography and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, Dave East, you guys should know. You know, we talked about the Karma album last couple like 2 weeks ago and some shit like that. He's an actor as well too. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, the Survival album. Excuse me. And he dropped his next album, the Fortune Favors the Bold album and stuff like that. He came out with that 2023. I've never actually heard that record. I know he has some production like from RZA, um, Cool and Dre, Michael Made It. You know what I'm saying? I mean, current RZA, you guys know I'm not really the biggest fan, and then he got Cool and Dre too. So I'm just like, and then this nigga got like 24 tracks on the album. Wow, I'm like, oh wow. I'm gonna come to that album on a different day. So yeah, so around that time, you know, he had already finished up playing Method Man on that Wu Tang American Saga and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? And so you know he started working with this album with Ransom and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? He also dropped a lot of like mixtapes and stuff like that. He also dropped a collab album with Harry Fraud in 2021 too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. You know he can. That's the thing about Dave East, which I fucking love. That motherfucker stays busy. And then Ransom too. You know he's always doing his thing and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? And he's an underrated cat that not a lot of people give his just due to and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So excuse me. Yeah, man, he definitely does his thing and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Give me 1 second. Yeah, definitely doing this thing out there. You know, dropping heat after heat after heat. And next thing you know, where they came out with this album right here. Love the album cover. Love the album cover and shit like that too. You know, just them all them chilling and shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, this album got 10 tracks, and we are going to get started with the first track, which is called Audubon Ballroom. Nice way to kick off the album and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much got both Dave and Ransom, you know, just talking about their upbringing and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Definitely love this track. Love the way how they flipped that sample and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Madden TYO did the beat for this one and stuff like that too. Ransom, he pretty much stole the show, which you're gonna hear me say that a lot on this review and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what I think.
Really love this track. It's drumless. Got some strings. It real have like a real somber melody to it, and both of them trading bars. You know, about like being in the essence of like Malcolm X and what it was like when he got assassinated. You know, back in the day, and I really loved Ransom's verse. I think Ransom highly slept on lyricist, and his verse was great. You know, loved his flow. When he said, "There's no way you can measure me, my energy, blood of kings, my ancestry." I gave you these jewels and pray that you treasure me. Verses by Frankie Beverly. These melodies got me thinking my people happy with crumbs. But it's worthless to thank your enemies. Loved his flow. I think he still like I was telling you before we went live. I think Ransom stole a lot of these songs by himself. You know, I like Dave East, but I don't think he's on his level lyrically. I think Ransom is clearly the star of this track.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely agree with you about that and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? I definitely got to get more into Ransom music to be real.
Yeah,
So track number two, we got is the final call. Um, this is actually one of my favorite tracks on this album and stuff like that too. You know, again, talking about their life and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be a good example for their kids and shit like that too. Now this is one that also features Jay Electronica. Now you guys know I have mixed feelings with Jay Electronica. A lot of people say, "Oh, he's like the best rapper to never drop an album." When he dropped that album, it was pretty much a collab album with him and Jay. Let's keep it a buck and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Well, two J's, Jay Electronica, Jay Z. Okay, but let's keep it a buck. But besides the point, when it comes to his guest appearances, he do come through. But I still feel like Dave East kind of stole the show on this particular track. I love the line when he says, "The economy is so fucked up. Niggas risking they sell. Feel like witchcraft is present. Nobody breaking that spell. Don't come around me joking because I ain't no Dave Chappelle. Try to inquire enough product to break a scale." You know what I'm saying? So, he definitely did his thing on this track right here, and I love it.
yeah. I love the Dave Chappelle line. He said, "Unless my daughter plain, I'm never painting my nails. I meet you with the glow, with the glow. I light up everything I touch." He has some. He has some. This is one song I say Davies. I like his verse better. You know, Jay Electronica was dope as well. He sounded dope on here. This again. It's another soulful track. You know, drumless track. You know, they seem to work well on those type of joints and it was dope.
Definitely. Alrighty. Next track we got is called Soul Food in Mecca and stuff like that. I was about to say Soul Food in America. Another dope track right here. I love the beat to this one. You know what I'm saying? So braggadocio shit. You know what I'm saying? So I fucking like this track and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? I feel like both of them brought the A game on this one.
He was fire. Love the soulful sample on it. Ransom saying, "You can't enable a fiend." I told my daughter, "Look, I stopped raising my gun when I started raising my queen." Fire. Again, Ransom killed it. Like I loved his whole verse on the track.
Yeah, he definitely went in on this track. Next song we got is called "By Any Means Necessary" featuring Method Man. Two Method Mans on one track together. What more can you ask for? You know what I'm saying? So this one right here was pretty dope too. You know what I'm saying? Again, Meth is a legend. So it's pretty much just like him doing a second verse and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? He always gonna eat his guest appearances and stuff. I feel like Method Man's pen game over the years definitely got more stronger, especially in like the recent years. My
Mm.
only gripe when it comes to albums is the production.
Oh
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? I felt the production was the weakest and everything because when he dropped those Meth Lab albums, the first one I heard some of it, but the second one I'm not gonna hold you. The second one has some joints on it, but it's like he needs that. Which I just wish a lot of these Wu members would definitely use more of these like Wu producers and shit like that too. Because
Exactly.
RZA, I love RZA, but let's be real, RZA ain't doing his best shit now.
He's done.
And
He's been over. You know.
yeah, man. I know we're never gonna get that Wu sound anymore and stuff like that. No matter how many times I've tried, hold my breath and stuff like that. But you still got mathematics, you still got True Master and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Hell, even Method Man even makes
They,
beats himself too.
they still have the sound. It's just that everybody wants to hear RZA again, and it's like you have a whole production team of Wu producers, Fourth Disciple, Mathematics, True Master, Bronze Nazareth that they don't use. They have the Wu sound still. Everybody wants to use RZA still. And RZA's been done for like 2 decades already.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, we all would like RZA, Dusty Beats RZA from the '90s when he was rocking the fangs and he had the blowout afro, but we're not getting that ever again. He's a totally different person than he was back in the '90s. You know what I'm saying?
And
And Don Pacino from Killer Army has done albums with Bronze Nazareth, and they sound like they have the old Wu sound. So it's like they need to start using their other producers besides RZA, because RZA's done.
see, it's not the fact that I want that dusty RZA. I know that. But never. Sometimes when it comes to some producers, we expect producers to evolve their sound and everything like that. Cause I know when I listen to a new Primo beat, we're never gonna get like that signature Primo sound from like the '90s to the early to mid 2000s. The same way when I listen to like an old, like a Just Blaze beat, we're never gonna get that. Well, with Just Blaze, maybe, because he still has his traditional sound, but
Mm-hmm.
I just, you know, these niggas who drop these albums like these 15 song album and you got like 20 some producers, something's wrong with that picture. You know what I'm saying? Something's definitely wrong with that picture and everything like that too, because it's just like, why am I listening to 20 producers on a 10 track album and like there's 4 producers on one? It's like a inconsistency with the sound, if that makes sense, you know?
Primo to me is hit and miss at this point because like he still has that sound, but it's not consistent like it used to be. Like he when he did it last year, he did a joint for Chance the Rapper, did a joint for Russ, and they sounded like old Primo. But then when you hear like he just did the remix for Redman and Method Man La La La. I didn't care for the remix. I thought it was just it was alright. It was alright, but it's not nothing to write home about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he's been like that for the last couple years, and I'm like, yo, like this Nas album that he's dropping, if that shit is not close to being anything on the level of what Hit Boy did with Nas, then we could say Primo was done. Because if you can't give Nas a classic album or near classic, then what we doing?
Yeah, man, because you got to remember. And you know what? Tell your thoughts about the song, and then I'll say my thoughts about on that part. And shit.
I don't know. I think Primo was hit and miss at this point. Pete Rock is already surpassed him to me. You know what I'm saying? I like the song. I don't like the beat. I think the beat was too slow. It sounded like some R&B shit.
Yeah,
Um, they needed a different beat for this joint, especially when you have Method Man on here. Meth. I liked his verse. He said, they say revenge is the coldest villain, coldest December. My sister soldier, the coldest winter. That was a reference to Sister Soldier. And she was like an author, writing her books in the '90s and stuff. And um, I like the Method Man collab. I just didn't. They just needed a different beat. You can't have like a slow R&B beat to this joint.
yeah, and that's the thing too with this album. There was like a lot of those R&B kind of like static selector influence kind of beats and stuff like that. And I like static selector, but that chipmunk kind of soul people were trying to use,
Yeah,
the polish, that polished kind of soul. You know that traditional
yeah.
New York sound stuff like that. It
Hmm.
was a bit much. There was a bit too much of those beats and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I like those beats, but I want some hard hitting kind of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I feel like Davies kind of sticks to that same lane a
yeah.
lot in his
He does
music.
that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, but what I was saying, you had mentioned something about
Hmm.
Primo and stuff like that too. You know how when it comes to like those new Primo beats, like the one he did with the La 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 remix and the shit he did with
Right.
Busta, sound like vintage Primo.
Right.
I feel like if it's a more established artist, he definitely tries to do that more radio friendly kind of sound.
Hmm.
But if it's like an underground artist or somebody who's not getting enough rare airplay, he might put more of his foot in it. If that makes sense, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean,
He,
shit. If you can give Chance the Rapper and Russ a banger, I expect a whole album full of that for Nas. This is Nas we talking about. You know what I'm saying? This is Nas. Nas is on a different caliber of lyricism than a Russ or a Chance the Rapper. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if I can like a Chance the Rapper track that Primo did, but I don't like the La La remix, something is wrong.
and even with the shit like Nas did with Hit Boy, you gotta remember he did 6 albums in 4 years. One album was like 3 months apart from one another. And you know, with Primo taking his precious time, if he comes out with this album and it's not hit up to the usual standards, it's gonna be a rap. It's gonna be one of hip hop's most cheated
Primo,
like what is stuff, you know?
take your time with it, Primo. Don't rush it out because the fans want it. We wanted this shit for like 30 years. Take your time with it. Don't rush it out because I feel like if you rush it out and it's no good, people gonna be shitting on him. And if we've been
Yeah,
saying this for years, I've been saying this since the pandemic that yo, Primo is he's falling off. And with this album, this is gonna make or break the end of his career. Like if this album comes out and it's great, then we can say, okay, Primo is back. If it's not good, we can say like, yo, he's officially falling off. And P Rock has already surpassed him.
right. All right. Very, very good point, by the way. All right, so now we actually going to get into track number 5 called Mayhem, featuring 22 G's. I didn't care for the beat on this one, to be real with you. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? I felt like it was kind of like the same as some of the previous ones. Lyrically, everyone did their thing, especially 22 G's and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? But the beat definitely it didn't really stand out to me.
I like the beat because of the simple fact there's not a lot of like boom bap joints on here. It's more there's a lot of drumless tracks with the soulful samples. You know what I'm saying? But this joint actually has some bump in it. You know what I mean? Ransom again. I like this verse. He said, you know, we are not comparing Diddy to Trump. Neighbors hearing all the Biggie I bump. It's either one. With the Reaper playing hide and seek, you'll find his kids in the trunk. I liked his fast little flow there. It was dope. You know, Dave was dope. I don't know who the fuck 22 Jesus. He wasn't needed, but I like the beat. I think the beat. I want to say this was the first single on here because this was the first one that I heard on the album. You know, this was banging to me.
Right. All right. Next song we got is Al Al Kabir
Al
Beach
Kabir Beach, yeah.
featuring Abby Jasmine. You know what I'm saying? This one was pretty solid and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what Al Kabir Beach is. I don't know if that's actually a real beach. I might have to ask you about that. Is that a real beach or
I never
no?
heard of Al Kabir Beach. You know,
Interesting.
but I didn't look it up either. So
Yeah, man. But this one was okay. It didn't really hit me like that.
nice beat. It has some saxophones on it. Has an old school R&B type of sound, like from the '80s. Um, I I don't know if it's a Luther Vandross sample. I did hear Ransom mention Luther Vandross in this. Um, again, like I gotta go with Ransom's verse. He said, "You's a damn fraud. I see the face. We starved while you stuffing your greedy face. You's a greasy snake like TD Jakes. Plus, you don't want to see me great. You want me in that Honda with the squeaky brakes. Mama prays to keep me safe. Can we relate? Probably not though. Love this verse.
Mm, definitely. All right, next track we got is called The Mosque. Um, very dope track right here. You know what I'm saying? Nice wordplay between both of them cats. Again, Ransom ate this shit. I love the line when he says, "Mama crying had to put her son down. He suffered from heat exhaustion. Body dismembered. He don't need a coffin, huh? Got crumbled for that paper he had before. He can read his fortune. I know them tales about women cases and coke prices, death row lifters, admitted rapists, and throat slicers. Ooh,
Mm,
fire ass shit.
great.
I love the beat to this one too and everything. So yeah, this one was pretty dope.
Soulful track. You know, love the strings on this. Ransom said, I know them streets be understanding ran. I sold my dope gram to gram until I graduated from doing hand to hands. No DMs on the gram. We have to speak man to man. HK sitting on something that looked like a camera stand. From the hills of Russia to dark caves in Afghanistan. You'll never overthink it as long as you understand the plan. Phenomenal. This is why this dude is like to me one of the best lyricists ever. Killing it on every track lyrically.
Right. Alrighty. Next song we got is called Blood and Water featuring produced by Bernard Woodside and stuff like that. This one's pretty dope too. Not really going line. This one's pretty dope and everything like that too. They all did their thing on this one and shit. So yeah, this one's fire.
This beat sounded like something the Heatmakers would have did for Dipset. Had a Dipset sound to it.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Ransom again. I gotta go with Ransom. I loved his verse. He said, jumping out of a dark Ferrari with Margot Robbie, Hollywood. Nah, my wife is darker than Marcus Garvey. I'm like Denzel playing Malcolm and Lost to Archie. Fire.
Definitely fire. All right, next song we got is called "Exotic Prayer Rugs." Another very dope track right here, featuring Jaden Alexander. You know what I'm saying? Again, them talking about their family and stuff like that, which I feel like that's some of their best work. This is one I feel like Dave East stole the show when he said, "My the chip is my tooth. I can't compare to the shit on my shoulder. Pictures of Hova inspired me while sipping the soda." You know what I'm saying? Definitely did his thing on this one. He definitely did his thing.
Drumless track. You know, they just flown over to some strings. Ransom. He said it hurts more when the shit's true. How you been taking care of your mother long as she did you? The group home baby, a foster child with the sick few. What I lived through, don't ever misconstrue a nigga who missed screws. Now we constantly try to skip school, couldn't follow the quick rules. Bible scriptures we flip through. Fire, fire, fire flow. I love Ransom's rhymes. And like his verses is just is visual, but he just stay in like a pocket. You know what I'm saying? And he just flow in that pocket.
Definitely. And the last track on this album is called Farewells. Nice way to end off this album and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Just saying farewell to that street life and just looking to the future. I love the I love the fact that they used that Malcolm X sample,
Yeah.
well, as expert from his speech and stuff like that too. At the end, the speech in question was the interview he did with John Anderson back in 1961. Just letting y'all know and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? How in that interview he was talking about how slavery is still prevalent in America even after they claimed that slavery was abolished and shit. So
Mhm.
yeah, man, very 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 dope track.
Still going through that shit now in this day and age.
Right,
You know,
that part.
this was a great ending. I love the piano strings. I hear the beat. Ransom saying, "Don't gotta ask what you pray about. If you get that kiss from death, you never make out. The lion can never play mouse. The tribe, but you'll never break out. Farewell to them nights is lying on race couch. Dope, dope track.
Yeah, very dope track indeed. All right, so overall, very solid collab album in my opinion. I definitely fuck with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Both Ransom and Dave got great chemistry with one another. Lyrically, I kind of felt like Ransom kind of got Dave beat a little bit on this album and
Little
stuff
bit,
like that.
a little bit.
Hey, Dave, he still came through on some
They
tracks.
do his thing. I just felt like he ain't on Ransom level lyrically though.
Nah, but if I had to pick one gripe from this album, I kind of wish there was a bit more versatility with some of the production. I felt
Yeah,
like some of the production they kind of stuck too much on that
the drumless track.
drum. Yeah,
Yeah,
and that's the thing you mentioned. The drum. I noticed that that's definitely been a trend for like the past decade.
uh,
I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be kind of real with you. I'm kind of burnt out from that drumless production. I'm gonna be 100% real.
yeah,
It works for certain artists, like if you like a Griselda or
right.
Boldy James, and hell, even Larry June. But now everyone's trying to do that shit now, and I'm just like, sometimes you do need that drums to give that track that little to it, to that kick,
Uh,
that
yeah,
snare,
yeah,
and everything. Like, cause back in the day when niggas was trying to do that drum, and people act like, oh, this is like a new thing. No, niggas were doing that shit even back in the day.
right.
Hell, even RZA, when he did that one song for Method Man, "Sup Crazy," that was a drumless production.
Yeah,
But
but
motherfucker
see
want to
that
say
it has to be once in the blue, not all the time though.
right. But like, I love that sub crazy track. But niggas gonna be like, "Oh, Takel's not a classic. Oh, Takel's this," but that's another story for a different day. But like, everyone doing that whole drumless production shit, and I'm like, I don't want to hear a whole album of that. I'm sorry, I really don't want
Yeah.
to hear a whole album of that. I'm kind of burnt out from that kind of sound
Hmm.
and whatnot too. You know what I'm saying? So without further ado, I'm gonna give this album a 4 out of 5. I definitely feel like it's a very strong contender and stuff like that for like one of the best hip hop albums of the year so far. But mm, the year's not over yet. To each his own.
It's good. Um, I didn't expect this collab album. It's good. I think Ray Ransom is better lyrically. Um, but he's always been like that, even from the 18. So he's never really had to change up. Um,
Right,
the production has to be more versatile. There was too many drumless tracks with the soulful samples. Wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. Like if you're playing this in like your ride or in your on your sound bar, it's not enough beats on here. You know what I'm saying? It's like just them trading bars over soulful samples.
right,
You know. But there's some joints to here. Audubon Ballroom is like one of my favorites. Soulful and Mecca, Mayhem, Farewell, The Dance, Prayer Rugs. I'm gonna give it 4 mics. I don't think it's fucking with the Alchemist album though. Alchemist album right now is the best album of the year so far.
right.
Him and Two Chains and Larry June. That's the best album of the year.
I
This is
agree.
good, but it ain't fucking with Alchemist.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you about that. That Alchemist album's fire. But yeah, okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna end this off right here. 'Cause I gotta be up early in the morning to handle some bullshit. But so this Wednesday we're gonna do a double review on King T's Try from the album Kingdom Come. Just gonna finish that shit off and stuff like that. And then this Thursday, we're gonna do Lady Gaga's Mayhem album and stuff like that too. Q said, "What are your thoughts on Kanye's interview with academics?" Oh my god,
I didn't watch it,
I saw that nigga dressed up like a black kid came in, but I was like, you know what, I'm not doing this shit today.
basically.
I'm not doing this shit. He just saying the same shit, but it is what it is. Of course, bitch ass academics would jump to interview him, but niggas will do anything for clout these days, and that's a shame. But yeah, man. So yep, today is the deadline for the whole poll, the poll on questions and stuff like that. So I'm gonna jot all the results down and everything like that too, and everything like that. I'm not gonna release a video until I hit that 2K subscriber mark. Right now, I think I got like 1,904 something. I don't know, but yeah, man, I'm not gonna release that video until I hit that. So y'all make sure y'all subscribe and like this video. Subscribe and like this channel as well too. Anything you want to say before we head out?
Going live tomorrow, IG Live, 10 p.m. with the homie Darrell D's. Sin City 20th anniversary movie review. It's gonna be
Mm.
dope.
All right, definitely, definitely. You said what time you on live?
10.
Shall be getting ready for work that time. Okay, I'll probably slide through and give you a shout out while I'm at work and stuff. But yes, sir. So in case you guys are tuning in a little late, we just talked about Dave East and Ransoms with their Final Call album and shit like that. Y'all make sure y'all stream it, support it, and I'll see y'all motherfuckers later.